Hey there, so we want to talk today about the best way to start an e-commerce business so that you're ready for the live training that you've registered for. So a lot of different ways you can do this business. One way to start your own e-commerce business that you may have heard a lot of people talk about is to sell on your own website. Now, this is a perfectly viable option. The biggest platform or software tool people would use to do this nowadays is Shopify. I own a business that sells primarily on Shopify. We also sell on Amazon with this brand, but it's not where I would necessarily recommend most people start. Reasons is that if you're selling on your own website, nobody knows it exists. So you have to go out there and first find people to get to your website, and second, convince them to trust you and actually buy from you. I've been doing online marketing, direct marketing, doing paid advertising, copywriting, all that sort of stuff for over a decade. And so I have a little bit of an advantage in that business. And so if you know all that stuff, fantastic. If you've been doing marketing that long, fantastic. Maybe you can make a lot of sales on your own website, but there are a lot of extra things that you have to manage. You know, you have to worry about, like I said, getting people to your website, convincing them to buy, but you also have to worry about credit card processing, fraud, processing returns and chargebacks. You have to worry about where's all your inventory going to be stored, making sure people get all their orders on time. You're going to have a big customer service load because if you're selling on your own website, you're responsible for your own shipping and fulfillment. People are going to want to know where their packages are. And so you're going to have to give them that information in a timely way, track down packages that they haven't received yet, and navigate that whole side of this business if you're selling on your own website. Now, maybe at some point in the future, that's a great option for you, but it's not where I would necessarily recommend starting off.
Now, an alternative to that is selling on what's called a marketplace. So instead of having your own website, you're selling on another company's website that's designed to sell products from thousands, maybe even millions of different sellers. The ones we primarily think of is maybe the granddaddy of them all would be eBay, starting back in 1995. But also what a lot of people don't realize is Amazon started a year before them in 1994, even though at the time eBay was kind of the king of the marketplaces for selling products online. Nowadays, you can look at sites like Walmart.com, Target.com as well. Those companies and most major department stores are getting into the marketplace business as well. Now, there's a lot of advantages there because instead of having to get your own traffic and customers like Matt just talked about for your own website, these different marketplaces already have people going to them looking for all types of different products. So that's one of the main advantages of selling on a marketplace is that they're going to have traffic coming in there and looking for products like yours. Another advantage as well is that a lot of these marketplaces have systems built in where you can use their advertising systems so that you can get additional traffic if you want to. But then there are some downsides as well. You'll need to pay usually what's called a referral fee. Think of it as a commission. Sometimes it's around 10 or 15% that you pay to the marketplace per transaction in order to be on their site and be able to sell. Usually though, that's pretty, if you have a pretty good profit margin, that's not a huge disadvantage. It's just kind of the price to be able to go out there and play on their website and in their marketplace to get traffic and sales.
Yeah, so in general, we recommend you start with selling on a marketplace. There's so many advantages there. One I didn't even think about was the advertising side. If you're going out there and you're driving sales to your own website, you've got to figure out all the tracking that goes along with running advertising to let people know your store actually exists. Whereas these marketplaces have built-in advertising platforms, and so they have all the data they need to give you really accurate, a really accurate picture of how your ads are performing, which is a huge advantage versus trying to figure everything out on your own website because it can be very hard at times. So we recommend you start with a marketplace. Now the question is, what marketplace? The answer for us today is pretty easy. It's Amazon. They dwarf everyone else in terms of active available marketplaces you can sell on. They are the biggest by far when you compare them to Etsy or Walmart online or Target, eBay, any of those ones. Amazon is the biggest one and the best one to start with. They've been doing this for a very long time. Huge advantage is being able to use their fulfillment network, which allows, remember that whole part I talked about, the hassles of having to ship stuff out to people, manage orders, all that kind of stuff. Amazon will do pretty much all of that stuff for you and at a very reasonable fee. Their fulfillment by Amazon or FBA fees are pretty reasonable. Also, the referral commission, a referral fee that Mike talked about for basically being able to access all their customers and technology is very reasonable too. In most cases, it's 15%, which to me is absolutely worth it compared to having to do all that stuff on your own website. So Amazon is for us the easiest place to get started. There's so many hundreds of millions of customers, tons of Amazon Prime members. You can use their fulfillment network. The advertising platform is pretty straightforward, and it's easy for somebody who knows absolutely nothing to learn the basic steps of finding a good product, sourcing it, launching it, and ranking it on Amazon, and not having to worry about the other 80% of stuff you'd have to figure out selling on your own website.
You know, and you may hear some things about, well, Walmart's really making a lot of gains in the e-commerce marketplace. And they're making gains compared to where they were, but compared to Amazon, they're still so small compared to what they have to offer as far as the traffic, as far as their FBA, their own fulfillment capabilities. They are trying to compete with Amazon and offer their own fulfillment where they have warehouses and shipping, but it's nowhere near where Amazon is. Someone told me one time that Walmart.com right now is kind of where Amazon was 5 to 10 years ago. So if that's the case, you know, there may be some advantages because there's not a lot of sellers on there, but it definitely does not give you all the other huge advantages you get by starting out on Amazon with their, you know, incredible FBA network and with their ever growing advertising network too. It seems like every few months they come out with a new marketing service or tool just for sellers like us that they give to us. Usually don't got to pay for it. Usually, you know, whatever the cost of selling or running the advertising is the only thing, but to try out these new tools, all of us sellers get access to them, because the more they're able to help us sell, the more they make through their referral fees and FBA in order to increase their business as well. So it's kind of this really great synergistic relationship between sellers and Amazon that incentivizes them to let us sell more on their platform.
Yep, so the big opportunity that we recommend you start with today, and that we're going to be talking a lot about on the live training, is to build an Amazon-only brand at first. Later on, you can expand outside of Amazon, sell on your own website, sell on Walmart, sell on Etsy, sell on all these other kind of marketplaces and platforms. But we recommend you start with just Amazon. And you can sell anywhere you want in the future. You may be able to achieve all your financial goals and wealth goals with a brand only on Amazon. There's a company out there that's only existed for 18 months that just raised $775 million from some of the biggest investors in the world to buy Amazon-only brands. That means people like us who've just gone out there, created a brand like we're going to teach you in the live training, and built a brand only on Amazon, produced sales, got rankings, got reviews, scaled up sales with multiple products. Those kind of businesses, $775 million just raised to buy exactly those types of brands that we're going to show you how to build. It's an incredible opportunity, an incredible time to be involved in this business. So that's how we recommend you get started. We think the best way to build an e-commerce business, own the brand, start on a marketplace, and specifically start with Amazon. So now that you know that, we're going to be talking all about that on the live training. So we're super excited to have you with us. Thank you for registering, and we'll see you on the training.